Now, according to Wade Keller of PW Torch, he actually talked about this recently over the weekend, as it was noted, quote, Keller stated that things are pretty good backstage and not as bad as the headlines make it seem in AEW. Keller also talked about MJF. He speculated that MJF secretly signed an extension, but the company is not admitting to that because of what they have planned for him in the next year or so. Now, if you have been keeping up with the MJF stuff, his whole storyline right now is A, I want to be the world champion, and B, well, I could leave in 2024. I could leave and go to WWE when my contract is up in January of 2024. He's been saying that for months now. Air in my mouth, I don't know where that came from, but anyways, it is being speculated that he may have signed some sort of an extension already. Keller also stated that MJF is not someone to stir trouble backstage, and he is someone who could become a locker room leader in the future if he wants that role. Keller also added, quote, I think he got paid big money and got that extension he wanted. And Tony, put whatever issue he had with how MJF handled the situation aside, gave him what he wanted and went from there. So it is interesting to note that MJF, again, may have signed a new deal with All Elite Wrestling, may be sticking around longer than 2024. Again, the whole thing is that he's going to sign or not sign, and we don't know which is which. Does he stay with AEW? Does he leave and go to WWE? He's been dropping names. He's been saying, I call my buddy Bruce. I'll talk to old Brucey. Brucey will help me and make my decision in this and that. And he said other names as well. But right now, it does look very, very possible that MJF has signed a new deal with All Elite Wrestling. That's a smart move for them. Give this man any money he asks for. If MJF wants $3 million, give him $3 million. If he wants $4 million, give him $4 million. I think Meltzer also mentioned this in last week's Wrestling Observer newsletter, stating that MJF is getting paid more now, and he might have signed something, but we don't know if that's a new deal or if they just agreed to pay him more to come back because of the situation around Double or Nothing. So we'll see where this all does eventually lead to. But I do think if Tony Khan's smart, all roads lead to MJF staying with the company. I think that's the smart move for him. I think it's a smart move for Tony. I think it's a smart move for everybody involved. Stay with AEW. I mean, if MJF wanted, he can go to WWE, test the waters over there for 3 years or so, and if he doesn't like it, go back to AEW. I don't see a situation where Tony would say, I won't take you back, if you know what I mean. I think Tony will take MJF back if say he leaves and wants to come back. Now, if I'm making and I've said this already twice now, but if I'm making my final prediction, I say he stays. I say he stays with All Elite Wrestling.